Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday morning. It's Stephen Whiteside here from the uptrend.com. In the pre market this morning, stock index futures are currently trading above fair value. We also have commodities trading higher, while Bitcoin is down slightly on Wednesday morning. Now, looking at individual stocks, oddly enough, we're going to talk about Tesla a little later. It is down $1 in the pre market, while everything else is trading higher. Now, looking at the price of crude oil, it made a new low for this move yesterday. It is trading higher this morning. So we were down 154 yesterday. We're up a buck in the pre-market. And so as the U.S. continues to roll into a recession, we're seeing a drop in demand for crude oil and certainly a drop in demand for gasoline, and gasoline's come back down to the October lows. So quite a move for gasoline over the last month. Now, looking at stocks, we've got Canadian energy stocks down 3.68% yesterday. U.S. energy stocks down 3.05%. The biggest loser in the U.S. For those big cap energy stocks was Phillips 66. Down sharply yesterday, 6.88% on the day. Then we had Marathon Petroleum down 4.7%, and we had Baker Hughes down 3.99% on the day. Then looking at Chevron's made a series of lower highs and lower lows over the past couple of months, and yesterday it made a lower low for this move. Looking at the Canadian market, Imperial Oil made a new low yesterday. Then we had Parex down on the day over 5%. Then we had Tamarack Valley down 4.93% on the day. And then looking at Suncor was down 3.35% on the day. Moving on to the VIX, or the Fear Index, we don't have any buy signals yet for the S&P 500, for the NASDAQ, or for the Russell 2000. Now, I'm going to take a half position in the VIX ETF on the TSX. Going to do that today, and then, of course, I'll add to that position once we get a buy signal, if we get a buy signal in the not-so-distant future. But I think we've been putting in a bottom here, and looks like I want to dip my toes in the water, and going to buy a half position at the open on Wednesday morning. Looking at the major index ETFs, we've got the iShares for the TSX 60 still on a buy signal here. That's also true for the Vanguard Canada ETF. Stocks outside of Canada already on a sell signal, so no change there. Then looking at the Vanguard Total Market ETF in the U.S., we're back on a sell signal as of Tuesday's close. No joy yet for the Dow, still holding up, while the S&P 500 is back on a sell signal, joining the NASDAQ 100 already on a sell signal. Then looking at the Russell 2000 and the small caps, micro caps, we're still waiting for sell signals for those particular ETFs today. For the Russell 2000, we closed at 249.90 yesterday. We need to close below 249.59. For the small caps, we closed at 259.79. We need to close below 258.89. And then for the small caps, we closed at $160.81, and we closed at we need to close below $160.04 to give us a sell signal. Now, semiconductors already on a sell signal, so no change there. Now, Elon has become the richest person in the world again, and we saw Tesla continue to trade higher above the 168.75 level. So we're heading towards 500 at the moment, pulling back $1 in the pre-market this morning. We may be able to hit 500 on Wednesday. In Toronto, we're looking for a move up to 43.75 as our next target to the upside for Tesla. Looking at Broadcom continued to move lower yesterday, has not taken out the November lows yesterday, so we're still stuck to the 343.75 level. When we turned around, haven't closed back up above it yet, and certainly haven't closed below the November lows. If we start trading below the November lows, then 312.50 would be our next target to the downside, and I would imagine we'd go a little lower than that to try to fill the open gap that was created back in early September. Looking at a long-term chart of Broadcom, look at this monthly chart. We've had quite an amazing run since 2023. If we're looking at that 45% pullback, that would take us back down to the 228.04 level. And you can see that there's lots of resistance from back in late 2024, early 2025 at the 250 level. So if we do start to come down and we're going to make one of those typical retracements that we've been looking at recently, then a move back down to 250 would not be unreasonable. Okay, folks, that's all for this morning's presentation. So far, looks like the market wants to do a little buying on Wednesday morning. It's not going to be enough to turn the market around, but it certainly looks like the market wants to take a break from selling and do a little buying on Wednesday morning. Have a great day. Next time you'll hear my voice is on Thursday morning.